What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on the Boston Bruins Detroit Red Wings first round series. First time the two teams have met in the playoffs since 1957. So it's been a minute or two. Gordie Howe ruled the ice. Bobby Orr wasn't in the NHL yet, and it's just the way it goes. But looking at it from the Bruins' perspective, this is a tough draw for them. I've said this ad nauseum both on Twitter and on here, in fact, just from the last piece. The Bruins always have trouble with speed, team speed, and Detroit can skate their ass off. And I think that's going to give them headaches. And Gustav Nyquist, former Hockey East star from the Maine Black Bears, is having one hell of a run for them. And I think he's going to give them fits. He gave them fits last time they played each other. And the Wings are 3-1 against the Bruins. I just think the Bruins can beat anyone right now. And, given the... First of all, both teams have a ton of experience. I know Detroit's got the younger guys, Shea and the aforementioned Gustav Nyquist, Tatar, Jericho's been up for a little bit. But I like the Bruins in the series. The Smith-on-Smith battle will be great. And I think the Bruins are going to the Stanley Cup Finals right now. I think Tuukka Rask will outplay Jimmy Howard. That's sort of knock on Howard. I just think Tuukka's been playing amazing hockey, and the team in front of him has been playing some great defense, as well. And I'm looking for Torrey Krug to have a big series against the home state team. And again, I like what Detroit stands for. I think Babcock should win the Jack Adams Trophy. The way he's kept his team, going despite all the injuries. And, I think with Detroit, having Pavel Datsyuk back is huge. He's kind of a good player. He's okay at this ice hockey thing. And, I think he'll have his moments in the series. But I just think the Bruins are too good, too deep. This just really feels like their year. And, they've had I thought 2 years ago was their year. I thought they were going to win back-to-back cups, but that wasn't meant to be. But I think Detroit could push them to the limit. I think Detroit could take them 7. I think Detroit may even be able to win a Game 7. But if I were to pick, I'd say the Boston Bruins 5 games. That's what it is. And, I think it's going to be a hell of a series. I'm excited for it. And I think it was Kevin Paul DuPont tweeted they should be taking trains back and forth like the old original 6 days. That'd be sweet. But, again, I like the Bruins in the series. And, having Datsyuk back, gives the Wings a little punch they wouldn't have had otherwise. But again, I think the Bruins play good enough team defense, and they're good enough offensively where they can take out the Red Wings, and that's going to be. And you also can't be kind of in awe of Detroit. I mean, as good as Detroit is, this isn't the Red Wings team from 5-6 years ago. There's been a lot of change. Their defense is at times questionable. I like Cronwall a lot. I've been a Cronwall fan for a long time, but I just think the Bruins have the better defense all around. I mean, it's they got some good pieces on the back end. Don't get me wrong, the Red Wings, but they just don't. They haven't been the same team since Lidstrom retired. Let's call it what it is. And that's one of the best defensemen in history of hockey leaves. There's going to be a gaping hole in your team. That's a given. But I think the Bruins can exploit that. I think the Bruins forwards will. And the other thing is Detroit plays good team defense, much like the Bruins. But I think the Bruins forwards will get their chances, and they'll bury them. And hopefully the Bruins power play doesn't come part of the seams in the playoffs like it has the last 3 postseasons. I don't know what it is. They have a good power play in the regular season, and then when push comes to shove in the playoffs, it's like, oh, well, we forgot how to score. But I think they'll be good. I'm excited for this series. But anyway, Bruins in 5. And that's like this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys. I had to decide if I was going to say season or playoffs, so I got started. Later, guys.